which deterred villains who might not have heard that the Highland Rose students were always armed and ready for defensive attack. Cece whistled low. "Look at him," she said, brushing her red hair back from her pretty round face to tuck behind her ears. She jutted out her chin toward the far field. "He is a brawn fellow and so tall." Her assessment ended with a dramatic sigh. The group of men opened a path to allow the warrior to enter the field where 3 other men dropped a long, thick caper. He was broad and towering, the muscles obvious in his bare arms, where dark lines formed a picture on his tan skin. He wore a kilt and a sleeveless tunic with the autumn sun covering the scene with golden warmth. Alana caught the toe of her boot in her skirt and stumbled to a pause in her stride. With large biceps and powerful legs, the man squatted low to lift under the caber's end. Alana's breath stuck as he heaved the soaring tree upward, taking several power-filled steps forward to build the momentum of his toss. His shoulders bunched as he threw his strength into lifting the end of the tall caper so that it flew upward toward the blue sky. His deep yell from the effort reached across the field, sounding very much like a war cry. Alana realized that all 6 of them had stopped in their tracks to watch as the tall caber flew over, landing in a perfectly straight toss. "'Tis a horse's head painted on his arm," Martha said, her words breathless. Robert circled the roses as if guarding them, his rope leash dragging untended behind him to get caught on their skirts. The warrior turned, his arms reaching overhead where he grabbed his elbows in a stretch as he strode effortlessly back to the cheering men. "Oh," Alana murmured. "Who is he?" Kirsten tissed where she had stopped next to her. She bent her face closer to Alana, lowering her voice. "They are Sinclairs, so do not even look. All Sinclairs are tricksters, liars and scoundrels." "The enemy, then," Lucy Kellington said just behind them, her sharp English accent still fresh since she'd come to Scotland only 6 months prior. "Aye," Kirsten said. "To Campbell's, anyway. He is likely the chief who won the lairdship when his horrible uncle died almost 10 years ago. I heard his name is Shaw Sinclair. Don't know why they are this far south unless they are here to cause trouble." "Trouble?" Alana asked. There had always been whispers about the mighty Sinclairs from the north, their ancestors being godlike warriors with unnatural abilities to guide horses. But she thought that they were now virtually powerless, a penniless and landless clan. What type of trouble could they cause? Kirsten propped her hands on her hips. "Carrick told me that even though Campbells took their clan castle Gernigo fairly to pay a debt incurred by the old laird, once he died, his nephew has been trying to steal it back ever since. There was a battle about 5 years ago to regain the castle, but the Sinclairs lost. You know the one at Altimarlach, Alana?" Alana nodded, remembering her father and Donald Campbell sending troops to defend their Campbell cousins' one castle in the northernmost edge of Scotland. Even Grey fought to defend the legally won bargain. "Why must all the men I have to stay away from be so enticingly brawny?" Cece asked, a prominent pout on her lips. "Perhaps he is coming south to attack Campbell's to win his clan castle back," Martha said in a hushed voice filled with drama. Alana had once suffered the loss of her clan's castle when Finlarig Castle was taken by the English crown because of lies that the Campbells were plotting against the king. She rubbed her arms as a smoke from a cook fire brought back the terror-filled memories of the cruel fire, a constant nightmare she tried to block. "Why would they attack Campbells in the south when there are plenty of them up on Sinclair land in the north to attack?" Kirsten said, wry irritation in her voice as she frowned at Martha. "Whatever his presence here means," Alana said, glancing first at Martha and Izzy, then sliding her gaze to fix meaningfully on Cece. "We shall stay well away from the Sinclairs while we are here." Hopefully they would listen to her. When they made plans to attend the festival, her brother had put Alana in charge. But then Carrick volunteered to come. Instead of acting like their escort, he acted as if he were their leader, and the other students had started to ignore Alana's guidance. Back at Finlarig Castle, Alana sort of blended in, especially with such strong women like Evelyn and Scarlett Worthington in charge of the school.